Okay, now that you have leads added to your system, there's several different ways you can filter your views to give you a better understanding of, or just being able to access your leads, especially if you have a lot of different leads coming in from a lot of different sources. So here on the left hand side, so if you go to sales, go to leads, you have this filters icon. So if you go ahead and click that, you have all these different options here. So first off, data forms. So we're familiar with data forms. Think of them as lists. You may have a data form that's on your external website. You may have a data form that's on your current website, internal website. You may have a data form that you're using for importing. So however many data forms you created, you can quickly filter, and you can just, if I just want to see the leads that are associated with data import, I can select that. And it's already filtering behind you. So if you close this, you'll see that I only see leads that are associated with the data form data import. I can also click this to remove it, and I can come back and just say, okay, I want the ones that come in through my website. So now I know which leads have come in through my website. So again, you can just remove your filters here, and you can have multiple filters. So in this case, let's say I want to have data import, and in the previous video I talked about list labels, and I want only the ones that are associated with my first import. So I'm going to select that. So now I'm getting all leads that are associated with my data import, but I'm also getting all leads that are associated with my labels. So let's say I had second import and third import and fourth import, or batches, right? If you're going to do like bulk email, things like that, and you want to do batches, you can do that, right? So at this point, I can close my filter, and there we go. I have my filter here, and I can remove it at any point. Next thing you have, so again, you can filter by lead status. There's videos to follow to show you how to customize these lead statuses. Cadence only, call only in cadences. There's a stage when you set up cadences that puts your leads into call status. And so this is just a quick way to filter all your leads to find out when they're supposed to be in call status or in call status, so you can quickly make calls from there. And then also lead labels. So lead labels, and I might as well just cover that component here. You have the option of adding additional list or additional filters on top of your list. So as I mentioned, when you import data, you can apply a filter list to it or a list label to it. You can also do that for leads, right? So you can add a label just by clicking here, or you can select all your leads. If I want to put all these, let's just say I want to let's put the Joker in a label. Let's add a new folder called villain, right? So if I add a new folder there, at this point, now the Joker is associated with that particular funnel or that particular label. So if I were to go into the lead, they have villains associated with them. I can filter now by clicking filters, selecting villain. So now I can see only leads that are associated with villain, right? So what's cool is that you can have a double layer, not only your list, you can have references, but you can also apply labels that will associate that lead, and you can create as many labels as you want. You can have 10 different labels that are associated with this particular lead, and then that'll allow you to filter evenly throughout here. The last piece I'm going to show you about filter, because each one of these we'll talk about as we go through and progress in these videos, is you can save your filter views. So in this case, if I want always, at least now, I want to have data import, and I want my lead labels villains, and I also want my list labels to be first import. I can save this filter and just call bad guys, right? I can save this, and then now I have a saved filter called bad guys, which is saved every time I come here. So if I come to leads, my filter view usually is saved if you just have them selected, but because I have a filter, I can save it as a filter. Now I'm set to bad guys, right? So now I have this default filter that I'm able to use every time I show up into my leads view that's associated with this. And at any point, I can delete this filter completely, and it's gone directly through here.